Hello and welcome to Sundays at the Chateau. I'm Stephanie, the chatelaine of the 16th century Chateau de Lalande in the heart of France, and each week I tell you about chateau life and answer any questions that you might have about it. So if you love all things chateau, then please subscribe to this channel. There'll be a lot more in future. I have a very special treat in store for you because last week I went to visit the spectacular Chateau de Bourneau in the Vendée region of France, and its new owners Erin and JB gave us a private tour. They only bought it 17 months ago. They're incredibly young to be taking on a project like that, and I thought you would like to see the scale of the task ahead of them, the beauty of where they live and their plans for the future. I have to warn you that we filmed the video the morning after an epic party that ended at 4 a.m. in the morning. So there was no chance to prepare the chateau, as they would probably have wanted to be prepared for you to look around. But I think this is even better because you see the reality of chateau life, how people really live in their homes. And remember, it's a work in progress. They're at the beginning of their journey, but what an incredible project they have. So now we can follow the beautiful chatelaine Erin as she gives us a tour of her home. Oh my goodness, this place is amazing. I cannot wait to get inside and have a look.
Welcome to Chateau de Bourneau. There was a chateau on the site for about 550 years, and it was an original fortified chateau. But sadly, all that remains are the moats which surround the entire building. So we're actually standing on an island. It was built in 1463. And it was actually a lady who commissioned it. And she asked permission from the king at the time, who was Louis XI. And I like the fact it's a power woman who built it. But then in the French Revolution, the family abandoned it, and that fortified chateau was then left a ruin. And so it was only in the 19th century that a local family here, the Mollers and the de Fontaines, actually built the chateau you see today. So people see it and always go, oh, it's Renaissance, and you'd be correct in assuming that because actually the design is very much French Premier Renaissance, but it isn't. And it's actually a copy of Azay-le-Rideau, one of the royal chateaux of the Loire, as Moller and Fontaine, who are the family that actually built the chateau. And he was a keen hunter, so you can see he's got his hunting dogs on the top of the column.
Yes!
And there's also grapes, so they're all bon vivant, so like to party.
Dogs and wine.
Dogs and wine, exactly. But I love the way he honoured his dogs, nobody else. His dogs appear on the chateau. Would you like to come inside?
I would love to, yes.
That's great. Excuse the mess post-party. So this is our principal staircase.
It's gorgeous.
And it's funny because it's in a plainer style of Napoleon III, so it is a 19th century house, and the outside is Renaissance, so this is much more kind of sober and taste. You've got the original 19th century tiles and the original mirror, which we found in the attic.
Gosh.
So again, it's got the initials of MF, like Moller and Fontaine. But when we first arrived, the actual balustrade was painted bright blue. 2 weeks' work of just stripping off the actual old paint which was on the wooden balustrades and painting over the blue to try and bring it back to something that's more appropriate of that era. So that's quite a job.
These are very beautiful.
Oh, we put up actually just for a party and then kind of left it climbing there. It's sort of the romantic in me, I guess. So this is our private wing. So at the moment we don't have any kind of functions or guests. It's just JB and I where we stay.
Oh, it's like a wallpaper museum.
It's like a wallpaper museum of each era. This is the original wall, which we think is hand painted.
Here you can see it a little better, the blue.
Oh yeah, that's true.
Do you play the piano?
I do.
Ah, nice.
It's one of my escapisms is playing the piano. I love it. It's the sort of the scientist in me is what I do normally, but there's a big level of creativity that I require to keep sane. Playing the piano, painting, so the sort of romantics. Do you like my motto? But yeah, nothing is really difficult, especially when you see the crazy.
It's not difficult. It's just long.
Just long, yeah. But that's one of the original chandeliers.
I was going to say, what a gorgeous chandelier that is.
It's not electrified, it's almost sort of strapped a light bulb onto it. Although, that's funny, the parquet here is a little bit dangerous.
A little bit beautiful as well. Whoa, beautiful parquet.
Some insect has eaten the tongue part of the structure.
Naughty little
I
insect.
know, and
It's the tastiest part.
yeah, which means this whole floor is structurally not that sound. This is going to be a big job for us.
This is a gorgeous room. I love this room and the colours of the ceiling.
It's got that sort of Victorian smoking room.
Yeah.
In a way. I would have loved to have known how the space was used when it was first built. These are the original portraits that were painted especially for the house and of the first chatelaine and chatelain, and the previous owners very kindly left them.
They belong to the chateau.
Yeah, so this is Claire de Fontaine, her initials are on the chateau, and then this is Edmund Moller, her husband. He always looks a bit anxious, don't you think?
He does. He's got a very beautiful face.
Yeah, I think they were quite a good looking family.
I love the way Michael's got distracted on the alcohol now. What is this?
I've got quite a
Hendrix.
well-stocked little bar over here.
Well, let's look at the Hendrix Midsummer Solstice then. What exactly is it? I've never heard of that
I don't know
one.
what the base is. It's nice though.
In celebration of the eternal mysteries of the Midsummer Solstice.
Oh, there we go.
Ooh.
And then this is poor Raymond de Fontaine, who
Oh.
was killed in the First World War, who should have been the heir apparent to the estate.
So sad.
And his great-grandparents are actually the parents of Claire de Fontaine.
Oh my goodness, your mirror frame.
I know. We don't know where it was hung. I wonder whether it was more likely to have been in the yellow salon. I'm not sure.
It's huge.
So, again, on the to-do list.
Yes.
I see what you...
Yeah, you see, everyone just seems to instead of rewiring things, they just strapped a light bulb onto it. Guess it's the fast way of doing it.
Yeah.
Yeah. But a lot of the furniture are things we've just found in the house, because when we've only been here 17 months and we don't really own any furniture, so a lot of the stuff are things that nobody else wanted and they've just accumulated over the
I
years.
love that black sofa.
So with this, it was original to the house as well, and we think it was in a corridor, but it needs reupholstering, so it's going to be another task. This is also, I think, nice. Yeah, I love the detail of the marble fireplace, like even these, I don't know whether they're sort of bluebells or whatever, but they've got these little lovely
Oh, that's spectacular.
carved details. But again, sadly, it's all blocked.
Do you also play the harp?
Really badly.
Oh my god, you also play the harp. This is unbelievable. You paint, you play the piano, you play the harp. Can we hear you play the harp really badly?
It's so bad, like really awful. Like
The 3 notes would thrill me anyway. Yeah.
I'm not a harpist, just make this really clear. This is purely just like a pleasure thing, you know. Little, but
I'm speechless. That's amazing. Oh my goodness.
Not at all. This is something I do totally for fun. I taught myself. It was after a really bad night shift when I was working as a doctor in Edinburgh, and I always make the worst decisions when I'm really sleep deprived. And that morning when I'd finished that shift, I thought, always wanted to play the harp. Right, I'm gonna buy one. And I ordered it. It's a Scottish classic, and I have no idea how to play it. It arrived in the post, and I thought, okay, I'm entirely self-taught, and I'm also really lazy and haven't practiced, so I'm not very good.
I'm very impressed.
It's
really
fun.
impressed.
Bonjour.
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 This is Erin's lovely French husband, JB.
We just had a big party. We went to bed at, what time was it?
4:35.
So this is real chateau life, is the aftermath.
Yes, so you can show everyone what a chateau looks like the morning after the night before.
Yeah, so brace yourself. It's pretty bad.
I really, really love the fireplace in this room.
But sadly, this is the only fireplace that actually works in the whole chateau.
It's the most important one. It's in the kitchen.
It is the most important one in the kitchen, and we had a chef who came and cooked here, and he did everything over the fire.
Oh, heaven.
For a dinner party, which was amazing, and that really was something. I've never seen anyone cook an entire sort of 5-course menu.
Wow.
Just on the chateau fire. This chateau at one stage was a military institute, so in order to increase the capacity of bedrooms, they displaced the corridor, which was on the courtyard side of the chateau, and then moved it right in the middle, so then that has now destroyed the flue.
Okay.
So there's a corridor where the actual flue should be.
Oh, no.
So I know, which is a real shame. So the downstairs pieces, we still have the beautiful fireplace itself, but in terms of, I don't know, re-channeling a flue, I don't know how we would do that. It's such a lovely thing though, isn't it? I always think of chateau life, sitting around the fire.
Yeah.
glass of local wine. And
Oh, that's why I think this is the one I'm most jealous of, because it's in the kitchen.
yeah.
Imagine, we'd be around that all the time.
Yeah, you'd have 2 sofas next to you.
And I love all your copper as well.
Oh, so I rescued all this copper from various brocants for not a huge amount of money. And JB's brother was like, "Why do you want all this grandmaster?" And then actually, I think now he's seen it on the wall, he sort of gets
Yeah, he understands.
why.
It looks so
It's
good.
a chateau kitchen.
Did you shine the copper up?
I did. Bit of elbow grease. Yeah, so they were all really dark ones. So that's also part of the pleasure, I think, of rescuing old things that are forgotten and nobody likes, and they look really dirty and dented.
Yeah, no one spots them.
No one spots them, and then you find them and you get this wonderful bargain, and you bring life to old things.
Yeah.
These old tea caddies as well. All the kind of detail that is
Oh,
kind of etched into this. And again, I think it cost me about €3.
it's incredible, absolutely incredible.
But no, I just love all these old things I always have. I love the stories behind kind of items, which is why I'm a romantic and why JB and I are taking on this slightly crazy project. So,
Well, I understand completely.
it used to be a big pleasure of mine to just paint when I had the occasion. So I sometimes manage to find time to do like a few little things. So these, my little fruit still lives. Well, actually, this one's my favourite. It's kind of just bowl of lemons.
You're so talented.
So really not. It really is just a fun thing to do. So my grandmother liked painting. This is one of hers. We found this actually in her house in Hong Kong, and no one was particularly interested in them. They were going, oh, you know, she wasn't that proud of them. She never signed them, so we're going to throw them out.
No.
So I rescued them all.
Yes. There's a strong similarity between your art.
It's funny you say that.
Yeah, there really is.
No, we're quite like my grandmother and I. We're peas in the same pod. The chateau is in an L shape. So we are in what is the south wing. All of this is local tiles. So actually a lot of the houses around here have all the original Victorian tiles. We have an elevator. When it was a military institute, they had one installed.
Does it work?
Apparently it does. But you know what? I've never opened it.
You've never opened
Never
it?
opened it, so we need a key.
Oh.
Apparently it still works. So this goes all the way up to the attics as well, so there is a lift shaft there. So one day that could be useful when I'm feeling too.
Yeah, it's really useful. It's so rare to have.
I'll have to get it fixed first. That's like phase 10.
Yes.
The downstairs toilet. But let me show you this picture. This was taken in 1908, and this is one of the first weddings that happened at the chateau. This gentleman here is called Raymond de Fontaine, and he should have been the heir apparent to the house, but he was killed in the First World War.
Oh,
So
how sad.
really
It's very
sad.
dashing.
He is very dashing, and it's actually his sister who's getting married. Her name's Denise de Fontaine, and he married a baron. And I love this picture, and actually, since we moved here, lots of the local villagers have information about the chateau and just in their own personal archives, because a lot of their families have never moved. So
Yes.
this photograph was sent to me by a lady who lives in the village whose father's father was a child at this party, and so for some reason they had these photos.
How beautiful.
It kind of brings it to life a bit
Yeah,
as well,
it
like
does.
the sort of social history and how spaces was used, and I love that. But I'd love to get it properly printed and actually displayed somewhere rather than just the toilet. Another entrance with these amazing Victorian mechanisms.
Oh, wow.
With these doors that open by putting this.
No. That's so good.
Which is, I've never seen that.
No, I've never seen that.
So, and I guess it means it's a very kind of streamlined door.
That's great.
There isn't actually a handle or an obvious lock anywhere.
But I think I'd have been looking a very long time before working out that that was the way in.
So this is going to the yellow salon, which back in the day used to be the drawing room, but it is really messy after the party, just to make.
Oh, I love this room so much, and it was so beautiful last night.
It's one of my favourite rooms, I think, because the chateau, when it was built, it has that grandeur, which is obviously what they were trying to do, but it's actually only one room deep. Well, not
Yes.
it's a big room, like this room is 70 square metres. it is still just one room deep, but you do get this lovely light because of it. So we're east-west here,
Yes.
so when the sun is out, it's beautiful. It's in sunshine most of the day. I'd love to make curtains. Maybe I can persuade you to come back and teach me.
I'll definitely do that.
Have
Yes.
some kind of grand curtains. But initially I wasn't so keen on the yellow. I thought it was really bright, but actually it's such a sunny room. I can't imagine any other colour.
No, I love the yellow.
It's almost like what's it called? Like a specialist painted effect, isn't it? That sort of.
Is it? It's a paper. I hadn't realised.
Yeah, but it's made to look like someone
Yes.
has done it.
I really like it.
And the ceiling is gorgeous.
I love the ceiling rose. I think that's the most spectacular one. And then all these tiny little baby ceiling roses would have had chandeliers on one day as well.
And will again.
And will again, yes, exactly. This is called a bâton rompu as a type of parquet, and it's made of oak. But when it was a military institute, this used to be the dining room, and for some reason, I don't know why, they decided to pour concrete.
No.
I mean, why anyone would think that's a good idea? So they poured concrete over this entire floor and had layers of lino. So the previous owners painstakingly removed it off this, and were hoping that it was going to be in a reasonable condition. But actually, the parquet in here is pretty good state.
I cannot believe that has survived having concrete poured onto it.
I'm so pleased it wasn't us that had to remove.
Yes, what a job.
Can you imagine chipping away concrete out of the 70 square metres? I mean, there's some DIY tasks that I don't mind doing, but there are others. And then this is one of my favourite generally pieces here. But this is blocked, sadly, because the corridor, which was courtyard side, has been put centrally now, purely to make more bedrooms when it was a military institute. So it does mean that this fireplace isn't functional. Again, it's all these details, all the things that I just love about old houses. It's all the marble and And to make it more efficient, they put brass in to sort of reflect the heat out.
That's very clever.
And then obviously these are original doors, so it's
Yes.
made to be like that. But what's curious is there's this cupboard here,
Oh,
which is sort of unexpected. Oh yeah, this is when it was an old nursing home. Well, military home, see. And then this is the floor plans that was left when it was an military institute. So we only have the downstairs. You can see how they used it. So here, this is the salle à manger for them. So this is the room we're standing in. We are actually standing here at this doorway.
yes.
The next room we're going to go to, when the chateau was built, was the original library. It's quite nice to see how the chateau has evolved, and each sort of era has sort of used it for their purpose. But I'm still looking for the original plans when it was actually built. I would absolutely love to find that. And here is the demolition site aftermath of our party.
And what a great party it was.
Oh,
Look,
yes.
got you awake.
Thank you very much.
Oh, well, it's pretty lucky we walked in here, Michael.
Yeah, definitely want it.
Oh, excellent.
The wig fits.
Yep.
This room was the original library, so I'm told. The previous owner, she came in when she was a 2-year-old, and she said that she remembers there being a really huge sort of bibliothèque, large bookshelf all the way around. In a way, I'd love to do that again and kind of
have a library.
have a proper library.
That's one of the things we most want to put into Lalande.
Oh, yeah, I think it's just such a lovely
Yeah.
thing. And if you're a total book geek like me, it's just the perfect
Yeah,
place to have
yeah.
a cup of tea and read a gothic novel. So one day, but at the moment, this is our dining room. This is the original dining table.
Gosh, how rare to have that.
So we think it may have been built in this room. It can seat 22 when all the leaves are in, so can be extended quite far. But again, it's that sort of intricacy of carving. All of these hand kind of carved wood detail, which I just love. I always love. The romantic in me wonders how many parties and
Yes.
dinners around here and what scandal and gossip.
Are you two looking at secret staircases without me? What's going on over here? I'm missing out on all the fun.
So one of the secret staircases of the chateau is this spiral staircase, which is in our main turret.
Oh, how gorgeous.
And it would have been a service staircase for servants to access their bedrooms right at the top of the chateau. So it goes all the way up to the attics.
It's a pretty grand servant staircase.
You do keep fit walking around these places. Half the house is still asleep after the party.
Yeah, we won't be able to see bedrooms.
Means you'll have to come back. This is what we call the solarium, which is like a winter garden. It's not a completed bit at the moment, but I've just managed to get jasmine to grow in here because it's normally sunny. So and it's just gone quite wild. It was a tiny little plant, and now it's really enjoying living here.
It must smell so wonderful.
Oh, it's beautiful. When the jasmine flowers, it's really, really lovely. We just need to replace the glass and the doors and...
I love this room. And you have the view of the church as well.
Yeah, so that church was built in 1059. Here, because that's west, you get an amazing view of the sunset. So for gin and tonic, it's not too bad.
Or a Hendrix, Midsummer, whatever.
Or a Hendrix, yeah. A lot of this furniture, again, is stuff we've just found. So we're not in a financial position to kind of totally kit out the full chateau. So these old sort of cane chairs were found in the chateau. These tables, again, we found in his shed. There's other things from charity shops. This was one of Jamie's great aunts. So we kind of accumulate things. And we'll take you to the corridor that hasn't been done up at all. And you'll see the sort of scale of the project here. This is our big project, this wing. JB and I have spent weeks just removing 3 layers of lino and trying to get this
what work?
Terrible stuff off the actual floorboards. They clearly wanted that lino to stay forever. But we're pleased that the actual wooden boards are still here because we didn't know what we would find. And I guess that's part of the fun of these projects. And then created multiple bedrooms. So we've got lots of very institute style bedrooms. Small rooms. And a turret as well.
Oh, yes.
And we can power shower on the top. Or a lovely reading room. We have exactly the same footprint
on the other side.
On the other side and upstairs. So,
gosh, it's absolutely vast.
And next door is we've just created our own sort of private apartment where we stay. But this whole side, the idea is we will be able to turn it into kind of a beautiful place where people can have a chateau experience essentially and stay.
Wonderful.
So, one day. We're still very much at the beginning of our project, which is why it's so great speaking to you both, because you know it all, you've done it, you've seen it.
Well, after 15 years, we feel as though we're still at the start of our chateau project.
No one's lived here for about 40 years. So you can see it's all just left in this sort of...
and here we see the glorious lino still in place.
The glorious lino still in place. So this is what was downstairs, which took us ages to...
In a chateau, what were they thinking?
I know. And then here, this room, another secret staircase. So this is the service staircase that goes all the way down from the kitchen up here. You see?
Yeah. Slightly creepy.
I know, everyone thinks it's creepy. I don't. I use the staircase all the time. It's my favourite one because nobody knows it.
And you like to have your own private staircase.
Well, it's brilliant.
I hate people knowing about my staircase.
But yeah, you can see it's all a bit horror movie film around here.
Oh, Michael's off. We've lost him.
Oh.
This room is going to be amazing.
Yeah, one day. So there's a leak at the moment.
Oh, yeah, what a great room.
One day.
Could you take out this floor and make a double height solarium? You've got to be able to dream, right?
Absolutely. We've only been here 17 months and we're still sort of learning how the building lives and how it would have worked, and we're not really 100% sure what direction we should go sometimes. And I guess it's one of those things you don't want to rush.
We didn't do anything for over a year. Yeah. We literally just lived in the space as well.
Mm-hmm. Just learn.
And that's really helpful. And you still keep learning even after that.
But again, you've got the little turrets.
This is going to be gorgeous. This will be a delightful room.
Mm-hmm. I think, when you have a place that has a really good, happy feel to it.
You feel this house has a very, very happy vibe.
Yeah, there's a happy feel. There's nothing kind of creepy or sinister about it. So even at 2 a.m. when there's a storm raging outside and I think, I should check the attics. I always have this fear a window's going to blow open and the elements will be inside them before you know it's all leaking downstairs. I think I'm just going to do it. Brave face on it. But actually, I'm not that scared, so it's okay. I think, you get feelings about places and buildings and, people say, oh, you're crazy to take on a project like this. But I think it's important to look after the patrimoine and the history of these buildings because so many of them are just left to
Thank goodness you're here. It was a happy day for this chateau when you bought it.
It's funny though, because I take people around and they go, oh my god, the scale of this job is awful, like how could you do it? And I take other people around and they really sort of see the same vision and they see the potential. It's seeing behind the peeling wallpaper, it's very important.
Yeah, literally walking past a massive piece of peeling wallpaper here. Oh, is this the bed that you were cleaning on your Instagram profile?
I tried. So I used this fabric cleaner.
Yeah, it's actually come up nicely.
It's better. No, I really like that kind of design. So if I could save it, I would love to.
Yeah.
I found this dressing table here, left, and so I still find treasures occasionally.
That's a treasure, yes.
It's lovely, isn't it? With a sort of mottled aged glass, I actually think it's really charming. And I'm going to show you the most wild wallpaper ever.
The most wild wallpaper.
Yeah. This room here.
Ooh.
Like 60s psychedelic.
Oh, yes. Love this room, actually. I love the bed. I love these frames.
But again, no one's lived here for 40 years, so it's all just been left in situ.
Oh, it's great.
It's like a kind of funny time capsule.
Yeah. It's really sad that we have to go.
I know, it seems far too short. You'll have to definitely come back when it's like
I'd love to. I'd really love to come back.
I can show you the process and maybe you can give me a hand in making some curtains.
I will. I really will.
Do you not think it smells like a church?
Yes, it does.
Thank you so much for showing us around. This has just been exquisite. Absolutely exquisite. You have to come to Lalande.
I would absolutely love to. I'd absolutely love to and be inspired, and you can show us your beautiful interiors and your projects.
It's so nice to know that the Chateau de Bourneau has found such wonderful chatelaines and it's in safe hands for another generation. I can't wait to see what they do with it. I hope you enjoyed that tour as much as I did. I don't think I find anything in the world more exciting than a beautiful chateau waiting to be restored. I am so happy that Erin and JB have taken on the Chateau de Bourneau and are going to breathe life back into it. If you enjoyed seeing this lovely chateau and you'd like to see more like that in future, then please subscribe to this channel. Have a fantastic Sunday and I'll see you here next week.